since the renovation, we spend all of our time on the first floor. So we will start the day off here. We'll have breakfast, we'll make coffee. We will make lunch here, make dinner here, in the kitchen specifically. But this kitchen, the island specifically, is really the central gathering point for the entire family. Between this island and that table is where we spend probably 70% of our time. The kitchen that we had originally was fine. However, there's really no light coming in. It was cut off from the rest of the house, so right behind, or literally right where I'm sitting, there was a wall, so it separated the kitchen, which was an area where we spent a lot of our time, from the rest of the house. And so there was just a lack of functionality, and also a lack of natural light. And so it was kind of dark. The kitchen itself is much more functional, it's much more bright, and it's just a better place to be on a daily basis. We wanted a couple things. The way the house was set up before, like I said before, there was no light coming in through the kitchen. So in order to get the light, we had to knock down the wall and get rid of the pantry there. And we wanted the outward facing wall to give us access to light, which would give us access to light in the kitchen. So what we decided is if we were going to extend the kitchen, we were going to lose a pantry and a laundry room. And so we wanted to extend that out. So we did the extension with the pantry and the laundry room. And what that did is give us a bigger kitchen that accessed light. And then we have excess space now for the mudroom functions and the pantry functions and the laundry functions. So that's how it started. And then as we were doing other aspects of the kitchen, there was other things in the house that we wanted to do on the first floor. So we did new doors that are to my left here that let in more light. We did do new doors to the right that let in more light. The room that we're sitting in now has become much more functional, much more accessible. We looked at a few different vendors, and I think the key thing for us is when we got in touch with Transitions, we liked a few things. We liked the fact that you guys were local to the South Shore. We liked the fact that you had a really professional showroom. We also liked the fact that there was a dedicated designer that could really help us with some of these key decisions. There was a lot of aesthetic type decisions that were difficult to make, and without a designer, we would certainly not have been able to do that. So that was the kind of the primary reasons. Just local, professional, really deep showroom, and then a lot of assistance from the design team and from the project manager himself. So it was a detailed process. We looked through multiple iterations of hardware, of paint colors, of backsplash colors, of cabinet colors, all sorts of designs. And so it was a long process, but I will say without having Veronica in place, it would have been much more difficult to make these decisions. She clearly does this on a daily basis and has a really deep knowledge of what colors and what styles go together. And that made things much, much easier for me. And she was able to pick out things that I personally wouldn't have been able to see. My wife and her happened to have a really good alignment, so that helped. But she certainly facilitated the decision-making process with all those little details that I just mentioned. There was a couple tricky parts. Two of them come to mind. And so there was one point in time where we had a plumbing issue. So we had to redo a lot of plumbing that we weren't expecting to redo. And so when that happened, obviously I wasn't thrilled about it. However, I talked to Craig about it, and he was really thorough in letting me know why they did what they needed to do and how it was essential. Otherwise, the kitchen wasn't going to come out the way we wanted it to. And so, he made a point to come over here. He spoke to me, he showed me everything, and just assured me this is what we need to do. Pretty much out of anyone's control, but it made sense, and it made me feel much, much better about the process. And the fact that he came over and took the time to point things out to me, which he didn't have to do, I certainly appreciated. Oh, and there was a second issue that came up, which was the timing. So we left our home so that his team could kind of quickly finish the project. And so we were running up against a timetable where we had we had to leave where we were to get back into this place. And so Craig was able to work with me to make sure that we were able to get back into our home in time and have a functional kitchen. And he was able to expedite the process by probably a couple weeks. And so I appreciated that as well. I have two favorite parts. Right behind me, there's the backsplash. So this was something that my wife and I were pretty adamant about having a really cool centerpiece of the kitchen. But the hardest part, at least for me, was picking out the backsplash. And so Veronica was instrumental in kind of picking that out, because at first I didn't necessarily love the backsplash that we picked out, but Veronica had like a third of the vote. So essentially there was like 3 votes. It was like me, my wife, and Veronica. And so Veronica and my wife outvoted me, and I just trusted their judgment. Ended up being my favorite part of the kitchen. And so it still is my favorite part of the kitchen. But interestingly enough, I was a little skeptical of it at first. So that's my first favorite part. My second favorite part is this recessed bamboo piece that kind of acts as a separator between the dining area and the kitchen area. And so the amount of detail and the amount of work that was put into that was pretty impressive, and it came out beautiful. I get to look at it all the time, and it's a really great part of our kitchen. After we redid the kitchen, we also wanted some more functional outdoor space, so we added the patio in, but we wouldn't have been able to do the patio if it wasn't for the extension. So that extension accomplished a few things. It gave us more space for laundry. It gave us more space for mudroom activities. It gave us more space for pantry type activities. I would absolutely recommend Transitions. The design team, super detailed, super professional, really experienced. I'd also say Craig and the project management team are top notch, knows exactly what needs to be done and how to do it, and the wealth of knowledge there is deep. And then also, the production team, they're also professional as well. They've been in and out of my house for the last couple of years, and I've got to know most of them. They're all professional guys, hardworking guys, and they're good craftsmen.